Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do skin retouching using frequency separation. So the first step we're going to take is to create two layers from the background layer by clicking on Command J twice, and I will name these layers high and low. The next step we're going to take is to click on the low layer and come to filter, because what we want to do here is separate the high and low, and come to filter, select blur and click on Gaussian blur. So I'm just going to take this down so I can show you what I'm trying to do. So what you're going to do is take your image to where you know has a very rough texture, so that you can see the difference of what you are doing. So I'll be using this, and I'll gradually move this upwards, and as soon as I see that the texture is beginning to disappear, I'll stop right there. So I'm just going to leave it at 4.4 and I'll click OK. The next step I'm going to take is click on high and come to image and click on apply image. Layer, I would click on low because we're going to be working on the low layer. Channel, I will leave it just the way it is. Blending, I will come down to, if you're using 8 bits, it will show right here on the title of your image 8 bits. If you are using 16 bits, your image, the title of your image will be showing 16 bits. So if you're using 16 bits, what you have to do is click on add, preserve transparency. You don't need to tick anything, do not touch it. Max, do not touch it. And invert, just click on invert, and then this is meant to be, scale is meant to be 2, and then you click OK. So for my image, I have 8 bits, so I'll be clicking on subtract. So if you're using 8 bits image, if you're working on 8 bits image, just click on subtract instead of add, and then opacity still remains 100 for 16 bits and 8 bits. Preserve transparency remains the same, max remains the same, you're not touching it. Scale will be 2, offset will be 128, and invert will be unchecked. You can see it still brings us back to the same picture, and you just have to click OK. So the next step we're going to do is come to, still on high layer, we would come to normal and click on linear light. As you can see, we already have our pictures back to normal. The next step we're going to take is to group these two layers. So we want to test what we have done, if truly we have been able to separate the two layers. So by grouping these two layers, what you have to do is select both layers by holding down Command. If you're using Windows, hold down Control and click on Command G. So now we've been able to group these two layers, and the next step we're going to take is to come right down to low and take our brush tool and click on mixer brush. Make sure your brush is fully on soft, hardness should be on 0. And then the next step you're going to do, make sure you click on this, which means clean after every stroke. So make sure this is clicked. And also the next step is to come to check your brush settings. Make sure your wet is on 9%, load on 75%, mix on 90%, and flow on 100%. Now we are going to work on this image. Make sure you're cleaning according to the shape of the model. If you're working on tight areas, reduce your brush and brush smoothly. Now I'm just going to work on mine. I will just clean this off. So sometimes when you work, you can turn off this group so that you can see your progress and see what you are working on. The next step we're going to work on is the high layer, and we're going to take this clone tool. First, let's look at the progress that we have made so far. You can see the difference of what we have done. So we're going to take this clone tool. So we're going to try and take out every acne on this image. You can zoom in for this one. For the low layer, you don't need to zoom so close, but for this high layer, you have to zoom so close to see every details so you can work on it properly. What you have to do is just take a sample of skin sample of what you would like to clone by holding down Option. If you're using Window, hold down Alt and right click on your sample. So what I want to do is come right here and take a sample from here. I really do not like them. I don't like the previous sample I picked, so I would select from here and try to work on it. So this is the result of the finished work. You can tell the difference by just clicking on this eye icon on the group layer to turn off all the process. And that being done and said, this brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so you can get a notification on my next video. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in my next video.